So for the last part of our form, so we have already created our form. So this is our recent code. Our recent output should look like this one. When we enter an email without the password, the form should notify us that a password is required. Vice versa, if we only entered a password, our form should also notify us that an email is required. So for the last part, our form should check if the entered email address is already taken. So in here, this code is responsible in checking if the entered email address is already taken by checking if this one, the email entered is already present on our table users. But if it is not yet taken, we should uh, insert our client's email address and password to the database. Okay, so let's continue by adding again another else statement. So again, as I've said, we should insert the entered email address if it has no duplicate in our database. So insert into users where no insert into users uh, email and password values. So where will be our values be taken? Of course, from the form. So I will just have to copy paste this one, okay, for our email, comma, and again, I have to paste it again, but instead of email, I will change it into password. So that will be our query. We are inserting the email and password entered by our client after checking if that is not yet a duplicate of our entries in our table users. So if, let's check, if our query is successful, MySQL query, we should notify our client such as you have been signed up. Else, if our query is not successful, we should echo there was a problem signing you up. Okay, so this is our final addition to our code. Let's save it. By the way, I have emptied my database. So I have deleted all the entries. So for now, I will add a new email address and a password. So since our database has no entry at all, it should accept this first entry. And it says that there was a problem signing you up. So there is a problem in our insert query. Let's check. So let's check. It's not working. So let's check our database. In our database, we have user ID, email, password, and name. Our user ID is auto increment, so it's okay that we do not have a value for our user ID because it is automatically increasing as we enter new data in our table users. But for our name column, we are not entering any data because we are only entering email and password. So as we have discussed in our lecture, we are now experiencing an insertion anomaly because we are only inserting email and password, but our database or our table user is also expecting a name to be entered. Again, I repeat, for user ID, it is okay because it is auto increment. It is automatically increasing or being filled out as long as there is a new entry being entered. But for the name, it is expecting us that we should also insert an entry in the name. So to correct this one, we will modify our code. Okay, so let's check. Let's say I'm going to enter this one in a password. There was a problem signing you up because it is also expecting us to enter a name. So for us to correct that, we are going to include here name. And for our values, this is our value for our email, the value for our password, but we do not have a value for our name. Since the form does not provide us a value with our name, we should, or it is accepted that it will be blank. So for us to enter a blank data, we will just insert or use two semicolons or single quotations, I should say. So this means that we are entering an empty value for our name. Okay, so let's save it and try. So refresh. Okay, so as you can see, it says that you have been signed up. So let's check our database, refresh it also. There, it is already signing us up because we are indicating that we are entering an empty value for the name. So again, let us simulate it again by entering a new data. So this is the current data in our table users. I'm going to insert a new data. So one at gmail.com. Password is password and sign up. there. It says that you have been signed up. Let's check our database. Refresh. There we have it. 1@gmail.com with a password of password. Okay. The name is empty because we have just indicated there two single quotations. So let's check if our form is complete. So first, if we entered only an email without a password, our form should notify us password is required. If we only entered a password without an email, again the form will notify us that the email address is required. If the email address is already taken, it will also notify us again. So it will say that email is already taken. But if the email is new and it is being checked, once we press sign up, we will be signed up. So check again. There we have it. So our form now is complete. So hopefully you could also complete your form before having the next assessment.